at Chelsea always talked about the importance of the first trophy getting silverware. So how important, could winning a trophy, and in this case the FA Cup, be for your group of players, and how important was it for you when you were at Chelsea when you won that first League Cup?
Yeah, it was very important for us at the time because we were a team of not many winners, didn't have too many titles between us, relatively young team, but Jose brought that to us and that mentality, and winning the first one obviously helps you to push on. In our team, I think we do have a mixture of some players that have been here and won a lot, but some younger players that haven't done that. And myself, obviously, in my managerial career, I haven't. I recognise the importance of that. That's what we're here for, is to win things at a club like Chelsea. So it doesn't fall short on me. The FA Cup is something we're going to give everything to. Difficult game against Leicester, of course, because we know the quality they have, but we have to focus on trying to go as far as we can, and it would be a big boost if we can get further. But when we're just going into a quarter-final, it's hard to jump that far ahead because we're going to have tough matches.
Next up, Adrian Kajumba.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
Hi, good, thank you.
Good. Frank, just on that, looking at the sort of the strength you've had in your squad, so you had a couple of players come back from injury, Christian Pulisic, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Is there a real sense that you got the options, as big as the top four is for the club, you've actually got enough strength to be able to go for the two competitions all out for the rest of the season?
Well, I we'll certainly have to think about if we need to rotate a bit to keep freshness in the players, and it's nice that I can call upon players, particularly in certain areas of the pitch. We're not overloaded in every area, and that's maybe where we'll sort of address it at the end of the season. But in terms of what's in front of us now, yeah, we'll need that quality that we have. We're fortunate to have a few players fit that weren't so much before lockdown, and I'll be wanting something from pretty much everyone in the squad. So yeah, I'm happy for It's important that the players who are not starting tonight or didn't start against Villa stay fit, stay fresh and ready to come in, because we're going to need a lot.
Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
Next up, Rob Draper, Man on Sunday.
Hello, Frank. Obviously, if you do make the top four this season, it will be a huge achievement. I think everyone would recognise that, given the transfer ban and other difficulties, your first season in the Premier League. But your Chelsea was always about trophies. And again, with the FA Cup coming, how important is it to establish a culture whereby we need a trophy a season? I know that's not always possible, but essentially that's what we're aiming for as a team.
Yeah, I think it's important. You have to have that idea, but in reality, the competition you go up against and the teams that are still in this FA Cup is going to be really tough. And we're in a year of slight transition. Of course, our big focus is always the league. But of course, when it comes to Chelsea, no matter what, you want to try, and when you get to a quarter final, you want to try and get to Wembley and you want to try and go and win it. So it's important for us to focus on that. I think we're building, we're working. It won't be easy to try and win this trophy. But with the squad we have and the positive feeling we have at the minute in the group, we have to go in it with the right intention.
Okay, last question for tonight, Joe Prince-Wright.
Frank, you mentioned Christian Pulisic and how important he's been since he returned. You mentioned goal scoring after Villa, about time in his runs. You've been working hard with him. His impact, Frank, and what he can do in the box, is he just scratching the surface? And sort of how big of a player do you think he can become in the years to come?
Yeah, I think he can be a really big player. And when you look at his age, I think because he broke through such a young age in Germany, and he moves to us and it's a big move, people obviously expectations rise, but we have to take his age into consideration. But there's no doubt the quality, we can see that. And he's very keen to improve and to work, particularly hungry at the minute because he missed some time with his injury. And if he wants to learn, and he does, and if on the training pitch and how he sees the game, and if he looks at players around him that have made that sort of a jump, he has the ability to. The Raheem Sterlings who are now producing numbers from wide areas, Mo Salahs and Mane's, and that. It's important that he understands the work that needs to be done to do that, because he definitely has the talent to do that, and he needs to try and get to that level. I'm delighted to have him at the minute. He works hard every day, and yeah, he has to set his sights as high as he possibly can.